Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm John with Roadkill Incorporated. I know I haven't done a video in a while, and I'm planning on doing a new series of regular videos soon, but for now I want to do a special video because of an issue I've become aware of on eBay. I'm making this video to give a heads up to everyone in the repair, refurbishing, resale, e-commerce, and small business world. The alarming thing I've discovered is that if you're a refurbisher who wants to sell on eBay with their new Certified Refurbisher program, you now have to sign a mandatory 3-year non-disclosure agreement and forfeit your right to talk about the eBay Refurbisher program. And even more generally, it seems eBay is following in Amazon's footsteps and letting manufacturers determine who can sell certified refurbished products, which, is pretty disturbing for a platform that claims to be seller-focused. Anyway, I'm going to tell you all the details, but first, I need to give you some relevant background about my Amazon experience. Please hang in there for a few minutes, it will all make sense. So I'm an Apple laptop refurbisher. I sell thousands of laptops a year that I buy from recyclers. I repair and then resell the laptops either wholesale or retail through various channels like eBay. Years ago I was selling on Amazon like I had for several years before that, and things were good, but then one morning I got an email from Amazon. It said that due to a new agreement between Amazon and Apple, Amazon was going to prohibit all current marketplace sellers from selling Apple products within a few months. They announced there was going to be an Apple-approved certified refurbisher program called Renewed that we were welcome to apply for, but that program required proof of millions of dollars of inventory per year from approved sources. So basically no small business could possibly meet that requirement, and all the small sellers were kicked off, and that's that. I thought this was wrong the moment I got the email from Amazon, so I broke the story to the media, and I was in a couple dozen major publications, including Vice, Verge, LA Times, and NPR. The FTC heard about it and interviewed me and did an investigation, although it never came to anything for some strange reason. I don't know why they didn't take action. I mean, France managed to fine Amazon $225 million for doing this, but I guess the FTC just doesn't know how to do its job? I don't know. Anyway, what Amazon was doing is called brand gating, which means they require you to have the approval of the manufacturer before you're allowed to sell on the marketplace. Brand gating has completely overcome Amazon at this point, and you can barely sell anything there now unless you have some kind of in with a manufacturer. Brand gating is basically a high-tech loophole in the law. The law that defines our property rights as citizens, referred to as the first sale doctrine, says you have the right to do what you want with a piece of property that you own, including resell it, and that you don't have to get the permission of the manufacturer. But unfortunately, marketplaces and manufacturers are able to bypass the first sale doctrine, and they do this by claiming that a marketplace is a private company, and companies have the right to choose their sellers and what they sell. Problem is, Amazon is more than half the online space for the selling of all things, so it's hard to argue it's not anti-competitive if people are prohibited from selling their stuff in literally half of the place where things are sold. What good is a technical right to sell if you're banned from where you go to sell those things? But if you want more info on the Amazon situation I dealt with, check out my video on that topic. I'm only mentioning it here because it provides an ominous and relevant background for what is happening with eBay now. So, for the record, I really love eBay. Honestly, I can't imagine the internet without it, and I've been selling on eBay for more than 20 years, and professionally as a refurbisher for almost 15. I'm a top-rated seller, I have 100% perfect feedback, I've made eBay hundreds of thousands of dollars in seller fees. I like eBay because it's always been pro-small business, pro-seller, and it's shot down most of the anti-competitive practices that other marketplaces have adopted. And they've basically just always stood up for small sellers, small business. But unfortunately, it looks like that's starting to change. I hope I'm wrong, but I really don't think I am. I began to get the sense of this maybe 6 to 8 months ago, late 2021 I think. I'd always listed my products as refurbished because I'm a refurbisher and I sell refurbished products. But eBay started sending me notification that very soon I would no longer be able to designate my listings as the refurbished category for the Apple laptops I was selling, and that instead I would only be able to sell in the used category. I dragged my feet about changing my listings over because frankly I didn't want to, and so I kept getting warnings, but eventually I had to switch the listings to used, and eventually the option to sell refurbished went away. This really infuriated me, first of all, because I'm a good refurbisher and I stand by my products. I've witnessed the presence of dozens of shady and deceptive refurbishers on eBay who try to confuse buyers with nonsense, and I am not one of those. I'm really not an arrogant guy, but if there's one thing I can say about myself, it's that I'm good at what I do and I'm 100% honest with buyers and I stand behind my products. So to strip the Refurbished title from me and my products really felt like a kick in the face. I did some searches and realized that there were still people listing Refurbished, though, so it was like, what's going on here? Long story short, eBay created a certified refurbished program, which you have to apply to if you want to be a part of. Anyway, I Googled around, I wanted to learn more, looking for forums on the certified refurbished program to see what people were saying about it. You know, were the sellers happy? What are the terms? How is it different from the way eBay has always done business? Because if you know eBay, you know this kind of information is always out there. You can always find 1,000 sellers yelling and screaming about any given topic, which is good. You know, you want a community when you have a marketplace. Surprisingly, though, I found nothing at all except for the official eBay pages on the program. So that was really odd. I also posted on several popular refurbishing forums asking, hey, what about this program? Any experience with it? And I got no response, which seemed very uncharacteristic of those sites that were usually very active. But then I thought about it and figured, hey, I'm a good refurbisher, I have perfect feedback, I'm a top-rated seller, so what the heck, instead of griping about it, why don't I apply? Maybe this is actually a good thing. So I applied, I filled out the online application, and it turns out there are 4 refurbished levels you can apply to sell: certified, excellent, very good, and good. But what horrified me was to read that the certified refurbished category, the top category, actually means you have permission from the manufacturer. So for this category at least, eBay is brand gating. What the hell, eBay? What are you doing? Obviously that didn't sit well with me, and it gave me a little jolt of PTSD from the past, but at least there were 3 other categories that seemed reasonable, so I applied for those. I forgot about it, and then 2 weeks later I got an email, and I don't particularly want to show it because that might cause unnecessary issues. It seemed like positive news, though. eBay thought I'd be a good fit for the program. But to proceed, in the next sentence, basically, it said I'd need to sign an MNDA, which they provided a link to, a mutual non-disclosure agreement, prohibiting me from talking about the certified refurbished program, or its terms, or the agreement for 3 whole years. So yeah, I'd heard of NDAs, but not MNDAs. It's supposedly mutual, meaning it goes both ways, but really, this is about eBay protecting itself. Let's not kid ourselves. The email also stated that signing the MNDA does not automatically get you into the program, so you have to ensnare yourself into a 3-year legal entanglement, even if you don't end up passing the vetting process and getting access to the program. Initially, I was slow to process the ramifications, as I often am in situations like this, and I just thought, well, maybe it's, one of those things, one of those bureaucratic business necessities. Maybe it's not so bad, just sign and move on and life will be good. But after a few days of mulling it over, the implications started to sink in. First off, now I know why I wasn't finding any seller testimonials about the refurbished program on eBay, because it's literally illegal for sellers to talk about it. Next, I thought to myself, what if I had signed an MNDA with Amazon before I got their email years ago? It wouldn't have been legal for me to talk to the press and inform the public. Talking would have meant a certain lawsuit. Millions of people probably would never have known about the Amazon-Apple agreement at all. I'd like to believe I'm overreacting, and I'd like to think the best of eBay and that they hopefully wouldn't come up with something as blatantly anti-seller as the Amazon-Apple agreement, but it occurred to me, as someone who is a repair and refurbishing activist, am I really willing to give up my free speech here, my ability to speak up on any seller issues or frustrations for 3 years? Should any eBay seller have to do that? And especially, am I willing to give that up considering eBay is obviously now involved with brand gating, the issue that killed small business on Amazon? As it's sunken in more, I've really come to realize that with this move, eBay is betraying a lot of the basic principles that made it great in the first place. eBay has always been about discussion and forums and being open and clear and upfront about policy. But now eBay is putting a 3-year muzzle on all its refurbishers. You can't be a refurbisher on eBay now without voluntarily throwing away your right to free speech, period. And that's just not cool. That's not the eBay we've always known. They already stripped me of my Refurbisher title months ago, and now to regain it, I've got to give up my right to talk for years? What if, for example, I did that? What if I signed and a brand gating agreement with Apple came about, just like there was with Amazon, or any other situation I was frustrated with? What if even they kicked everyone off? I wouldn't be able to talk. No one would be able to talk. An anti-competitive practice would never be known to the public, and that's just wrong. I don't care who you are. You can't just silence your sellers who are actually your best customers, in order to reduce risk at your company. I don't know who's running eBay these days, but that person clearly needs to reflect and to reset their moral compass. Well, so that's it really. I will not be signing the agreement, which is frustrating because I'm a refurbisher and I deserve to be called one. I would like to participate in the program and benefit from it, and eBay would benefit from my participation, but I'm not going to compromise my values. I've been an eBay seller for 20 plus years, but apparently that is not enough of a track record to earn eBay's trust. They don't trust me, they don't trust you, or any refurbisher, and instead of doing the right thing as they've done in the past, they're lawyering up, which is really sad. Think about it. With this new program, eBay is building up a new silent, manufacturer-approved juggernaut of preferred sellers that they are putting in direct competition with all the regular sellers. Gee, who do you think is eventually going to win that battle? I don't know what the next steps are here. Media attention, hopefully. But I would definitely suggest to all refurbishers, don't sign this agreement. If you do, you're forfeiting your right to express your experience and opinion to the world. It's a huge insult that you, after already proving your worth on eBay for years and paying their paychecks for years, that you are not being trusted. eBay should really be ashamed of itself. Anyway, I've been rambling long enough. Let's use the free speech right we still have to let eBay and everyone else know what we think of this. You can only let people know what you think if you don't participate in the program, so please don't sign away your rights. By doing so, you will become ensnared in a web of silence that gets stronger and stronger the more people fall victim to it. Let eBay know that you value your ability to express yourself and that an MNDA is a violation of the relationship and is not acceptable. I'm hoping that if we make enough noise, we can convince eBay to go back on track and once again be the selling platform that stands up for open communication and the rights of small sellers. Thank you for listening.